Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Hop In issue 15. Sorry, it's been a while. Without further ado, let's get right on to the comics. And our first one is Salvagers, written by Bob Solly. Now, this is definitely stepping out of my DC and Marvel universe, and I always like to be able to go to either a comic book store, Comic-Con, and be able to meet new artists and new authors. And he was one of them. I met him at Comic Collections, and he just said it took him years to be able to get this book complete or even midway done. And he said the way that he came up with it was he was watching a Star Wars movie. I believe it was the last one of the original three, when the Death Star was blown up. And he was or the first one, New Hope. The Death Star is blown up, and he's like, well, I wonder who was the person who's going to come and clean it all up. And he got Salvagers. The artwork for it is amazing. You know, like I said before, this takes place outside of Marvel and DC. So I will leave all the information of how to exactly get a copy of this comic and all the other comics that come out from this company, which is Score Point Press. You can follow them on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, but I'll leave all that in the description down below. This book is only $17.99, so yeah, definitely a great comic book. You should definitely pick it up and give it a read. We'll be moving on over to DC. We pick up with Harley Quinn, which for a lot of Harley Quinn fans, you will be excited and you will definitely love her comics if you aren't already reading it. And if you aren't already reading it, this is definitely somewhere where you can hop in and feel okay. They kind of catch you up. But within this story arc, it kind of, the prelude, which is issue 26, you can pick it up, but you don't really have to pick it up. Harley Quinn decides that she's going to run for mayor for New York City. Now, the previous story arcs, before this story arc happened, the mayor that is already the mayor of New York City, he's corrupt. He's just a bad guy all around. So, you know, he's rerunning for mayor, and Harley Quinn's running for mayor, and another guy's running for mayor. So, you know, Harley Quinn has been out on the streets hearing and listening to New Yorkers and seeing what she can probably do if she was to get into office, and see, you know, how can she get people to vote for her. And so she's been out there the whole time. The corrupt mayor has been doing things to make it not possible, and it's very heartbreaking, especially the last two issues, 32 and 31. I don't want to spoil it for you, so definitely give a chance to go check out Harley Quinn. It's only going to cost you altogether, the story arc is $12.95. You definitely will not be wasting your time, so definitely check out Harley Quinn. But we're going to move on over to Marvel. Alright, so Captain Phasma, which is an awesome comic book. It's only 4 issues. It's only going to cost you about $15.96 altogether. But it's definitely, if you are a Star Wars fan, you definitely want to go and make sure you got this copy. We get to see just how ruthless and rough and just straight out mean how Captain Phasma is. Now, pretty much, not to fully spoil it for you, Captain Phasma, this takes place right after the Star Killer is blown up. She got the epiphany, like, yo, like, somebody's going to look at the records, and when they look at the records, they're going to see that it's my name on here. So she's like, I can't let them kill me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd do anything for this new empire, but you know, I'm not gonna let them kill me, you know what I'm saying? So she puts it on somebody else, and who she puts it on, that's who you'll have to figure it out. But again, some of these Star Wars comics, especially like Darren Poe, which is, he also has his own story comics out. I don't buy them. I don't know why. I'm just not buying them. But everything leads up into this Last Jedi. So definitely make sure you get to your nearest comic book store, and definitely go check out Captain Phasma. It's only 4 issues, and again, altogether they're going to cost you about $15.96. But if you just break it down, just get 2 comic books at a time, you should be good. We're going to move on to our last comic. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, this story arc is the beginning of a new story arc, issue 20. And issue 21 came out as well. But issue 20 is the one I want to focus on because we get to see Rangers that came out before the ones we know, before Tommy, Jason, Kimberly, Billy, and Trini. Before them, there were Rangers that came that Zordon had asked to protect the world. And this takes place about late 1960s, early 1970s, around that time era. And these were not teenage attitude; these were grown adults. And we get to see just how different or straight arrow-minded Zordon is or was, and it just hurts to see what happens to these guys. Because if you don't know, the last story arc, Zordon was trapped in between space and time, and in issue 21 he's just now getting out of it, and in issue 22 we'll actually get a little bit more bases into it. But issue 20 is the one that you definitely need to go pick up for the beginning story arc of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And a Green Psycho Ranger is in there. I only ever saw Green Psycho Rangers in Power Rangers in Space, but if you want to know how or why that Psycho Ranger was in there, definitely go pick up this issue at your nearest comic book store. It's only going to cost you $3.99. You will not be wasting your time, especially if you are a Power Rangers fan. Alright, so a quick wrap up of what we went over. We talked about Salvages. Now, I said Score Point Press, but I messed up and said Source. I meant to say Source Point Press. That is the name of the company. And right there is the Facebook, Twitter, and all that jazz that you need to go find them. But again, I'm going to have it all in the link down in the description below. Great comic book. It's amazing. And if you ever want to know about space and pretty much people who clean up after whatever's been destroyed or left out there, this is great. Sci-fi related, and it's just amazing. Then we also got to talk about Harley Quinn and what she had to go through. And if you are a Harley Quinn true fan, this is something that you would definitely love. Now, I didn't break down in tears, but I was kind of heartbroken what happened to her towards the ending of this story arc. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Definitely go check it out. Now, let's move on over to Marvel. We got to see how Captain Phasma really was right before this movie that's coming out on the 15th in December. I'm gonna be there. I might even do a little blog before, like, my thoughts going into the movie, my thoughts coming out of the movie. I'm not going on movie night the night that it comes out. I'm going on my birthday, December 19th. That's just how I am. But we got to see just how ruthless she is, and all throughout the lengths that she'll go through in order to get her man or get her person. And we kind of get a glimpse of who she was before she got into that suit. And then we got to talk about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Who were the Rangers that came right before our teenagers with attitude? And this is kind of a twist between the movie that just came out and a twist of what we know if you were a 90s kid or an 80s kid who watched the Power Rangers growing up, the Mighty Morphin. But this is definitely a great issue. You should definitely go check it out. As always, I try to give you the best information I can with the prices that I can. This is not the only video I do on my YouTube channel. You can definitely check out Unboxing in Tunes and also Kev's Weekly Pool. And I also talk about motorcycle. I'll probably do another video on motorcycle when I get my motorcycle back. Give you a whole background story of what happened to me. But without further ado, I've been Kev, you've been you. Let's stay in tune.